today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. A.J. Epinesa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now this one was tight end out on the right side, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and
the numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 8 catches, 60 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Lawrence. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
2-yard gain.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up, because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left
more football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Right back to him on first down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
On the carry.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, You can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
7. Buccaneers, nothing.
So here are the Rams to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Scotty Miller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
From the gun, Baker. On the slant, this is Chuck. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. To throw on second down, Baker. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
That's good for another L.A. Rams.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there.
Number 36.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
12 yards there and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Lawrence. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second and goal at the 6.
On second down now. It's Arnold. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd.
Baker now. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there at his current pace.
Sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
That was a third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, but now it's third down. Now back to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On second down, it's Arnold. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Third and 9.
To throw on third down, Baker. And he fires one incomplete.
Certainly a fair to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
49 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now he'd like to stay upright. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's Baker. Throwing on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Off play action. Baker. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
And it's 3rd down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Back to throw. Baker. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got the 1st down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt.
At their own 26.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Baker throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Baker, and he'll find Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Number 81.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
To throw is Baker. To throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Rams are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Baker operating from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now third.
Looking to throw. Baker. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they've always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
7.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They're on 26-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter...
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Brings up second and 2.
More muscle up front for this second and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Baker. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Baker. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 16.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Baker looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Buccaneers 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Baker now looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Baker. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Baker firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. On third down, it's Lawrence, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Baker on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 26-yard line.
On second down now, it's Lawrence. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Baker on first and 10. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's got it. And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Here's the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive, because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The Rams leave the offense on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
No good.
So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Pressure comes and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
A quick pass here to Godwin. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes this into the hands of Miller. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
11 on the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins.
The pass.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
2 yards.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And now here's Lawrence.
And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Miller. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
12 yards there and a first down.
And a Buccaneer first down.
They'll drop to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And get that to Fournette complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
The pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's got Watkins on the out route. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lawrence. Room to run past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 1st down, it's Lawrence. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 2nd down, it's Lawrence. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, it's Arnold, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The kick is no good.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.